Hi, this is Eternal King, bringing another discussion video. Today I want to talk about standard stats and meta stats and talking about how, healthy things are in that format, and then extending that out to, potentially doing another video on my Eternal predictions. Obviously no numbers in on that yet. The Eternal season hasn't started, but I have no reason not to think that things won't be healthy there as well. So starting off, we'll talk about Nilla. When Nilla first came out, I was very negative on her, and looking back, I think a lot of that was like Samara fatigue, and it was just like two mana champs overperforming in general. You had Seraphine, you had Samara, you had Jax that was really good for a while. Akshan, Samara was highly meta in Eternal. But looking back, I think Nilla is kind of necessary. She's kind of frustrating because again, she usually gets free attacks on two. But again, the way that deck functions, it kind of needs it. And percentage-wise, it's not too bad. It's 54% in standard. And in Eternal, that'll be much lower. Probably like 52, 50%, usually drops by about 4% in Eternal, just because there's more cards and more answers on curve. So pretty good showing for a new champion. If we're basing this on the Poro King metric, Poro King kind of came in at 50%. People were mad that a new champion was released that wasn't playable. Nilla is very playable, and not only is she playable, she is one of the best decks in the game. Not the best deck though, and I'm going to get into that. But yeah, very good showing for this kind of Storm MTG style of deck. Well designed by the devs. Probably frustrating to play against for certain players, but that's everything. It's not as frustrating as Samara, because at the end of the day, Nilla is kind of similar to Elise, where she guarantees swing and value, but she's not like straight up removing things on two and giving you turn two advantage. She's giving you advantages down the line, much like Elise. Elise is summoning spiders, Nilla is shuffling removal into your deck. It's all very much the same. Well, again, Slipstream, it's really hard to like characterize exactly how a Storm deck works because so much of it's draw based, but she is on level up, dealing damage to all enemies and stuff. So it's a lot of draw. It's a lot of cheap removal, a lot of cheap creatures. That's how Storm works. But moving on to what is actually the best deck in the game, and this shows how balanced things are, and it is Scouts. So good old Misfortune Scouts, currently at 57%. Storm was at 54%. So this is the best aggro deck in Standard. And that's a really healthy place to be because, again, Scouts is not an overwhelmingly impressive deck. It's an exceptionally balanced deck that does what it does in a very straightforward way that's been in the game for since Rising Tides, so 3 years or something. So very counterable. Everything that it's doing is easy to stop depending on your deck composition. If I had to guess, I would say Scouts just has a really good matchup into Storm because of the double attacks. So you're basically getting a lot of rally effects before Nilla can storm out with the draw on following turns. So I think that's what we're seeing there. But again, very good. LeBlanc mid-range, also doing very well. 54%, so just as good as Storm. So mid-range, we have our combo deck, which is Storm. We have our aggro deck, which is Scouts. And then we have our LeBlanc, which is our kind of, standard Frostbite mid-range package at 54%. So mid-range, very healthy. I think there's also Overwhelm with Gnar that is at 54%. So I'll show off Gnar here. Gnar at 54%, kind of your standard Freljord Overwhelm package. It's doing well also. So mid-range is healthy, aggro is healthy, combo is healthy. Those are the main tenets of LOR. And again, Storm is kind of dips its toes into combo and control. So we can safely say that both of those archetypes exist. So that is basically the sign of a perfectly healthy game. All 3 pillars of LOR or 4 pillars of LOR are represented, and they are doing similarly well. And not only are they doing similarly well, they're actually fun decks, and they're decks that are champ-centric, and they're decks that are doing something that people generally want to see. Like if you lose to Storm, I don't think it's frustrating. It's kind of cool. They flip and they do cool things. If you lose to Scouts, it's kind of fun because, Misfortune goes pew pew. Losing to Lurk is very frustrating because, turn 1 advantage. And losing to Samara is very frustrating because turn 2 advantage, and they don't really do cool things. But all of these decks are very champ-centric. LeBlanc gets to copy things. That's kind of fun. All these decks are featuring 6 champions that are attempting to level up and do the cool thing that they're supposed to do. And so in my mind, 100% healthy game. Really nothing to be mad about there in terms of the standard meta. Pro players might be frustrated because, again, it's so different than what we've seen, right? Like Scouts being at 57%, having a champ-centric aggro deck be kind of the best thing in the meta. We haven't seen that for so long in LOR, and that hasn't been the way LOR has been played for so long that people might get frustrated. But I couldn't be happier. I think Mogwai should, take a peek back at the game. I think Grappler should take a peek back at the game. I think everyone should take a peek back at the game. Circle back. This is a sleeper patch. Misunderstood, but it's doing amazing things, and I couldn't be happier. So this is Eternal King signing out. Next video, I'll talk about Eternal a little bit and kind of my predictions there.